good about it. That's kind of the discussion Selena and I had around it, but we're happy to fill it in.
The only thing I have is if you get too many words in there, it starts. Sure you want this on?
No, it's mine. It suddenly turned back on.
It's, here we go.
Oh, you've got that over
If
there.
you get too many words in there, you're starting to muddy it.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting
Lesson learned.
I'm sorry that my voice is so loud.
there. Tone it down, Jeff.
I know. What is that joke that the neighbor yells at their kids so loud that even I went to bed? Brushed my teeth and went to bed.
We're good now.
But I understand Jennifer's point, but I think we developed this priority originally for the business community. And if we start adding too many words or changing it and stuff, we're gonna get away from that. And I think, like what Beth said, maybe putting that point into a different priority about the homes and the residents and that community might be a better fit. And that's my opinion.
Can we look through the other ones again, just to refresh since we had something to.
Yeah, I was just going to, when we put together our gap analysis, the future state that council shared was more diverse economy, higher skilled and paid jobs, live and work in Covington, get Lake Point open and bustling, a downtown that continues to thrive, continued financial stability, more small businesses, specialty businesses, increased support for small businesses, something open at Lake Point. And these are not organized, but just all your thoughts that we got, right? New restaurants, new parks, spend weekends or days outing within the city, plan in place for a rec center and plan for overlay road improvements. So that's what we developed that objective statement for those suggestions. Yeah, we don't need to finalize this now. So.
Is it helpful to get a refresher of kind of what you had in your SWOT analysis of each one of these? No.
I'd say just
I
go on.
agree. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We have them here. Yeah.
She was fast, like she was really fast. So,
Let's go to priority 2.
well, yeah, we'll go to
Alright,
2, we can come
priority.
back to 1.
Okay.
So socially vibrant destination, and what the proposals that I put together is elevate Covington as a destination community to live, work, shop, and recreate through strong neighborhoods, enhanced natural spaces, and quality of life. Sorry, quality events.
Strong what does that mean?
Mhm.
We engage.
Well, part of the comments and part of where we drew that from was we want to have strong neighborhoods that are active, engaged, that are maintained, taken care of.
I like
That's the
that.
word we use to describe.
But I like that, actively, almost is more, it's more of an action. I know that we're being subjective now, but you can build off of somehow strong neighborhood, and like, I envision like the Michelin Man of every neighborhood.
That's
And
funny,
trends.
actually.
Or engaged. Yeah, that was what I initially thought. Engaged or active. My initial thought.
We use engaged in one of the other
Yeah.
ones, but an engaged city council. That's what we use in priority 4. Actually, mhm.
Yeah, there was something missing. Just
Quality
quality
days.
Quality doesn't sound fun. I'm
No,
gonna
it
say
doesn't.
that. I have a better word.
I'm gonna show what they can do.
Memorable
Be my day job,
events.
but
I
Yeah.
don't like that.
If you do like memorable events.
No, just the word inclusive by itself. You need something else with it.
Quality inclusive is what.
Right.
Quality.
I said
No,
quality inclusive events, but if I don't love
I
the
don't
word
know.
quality.
Right there. But I don't know that I feel like. I just don't like quality. I think we should just put it in that to uplifting them.
Attractive.
Yeah, I like that concept.
So, and exciting, inclusive events.
See, I like it better when you have an adjective in front of inclusive.
Exciting, exciting.
You can always make it exciting and inclusive
So
events
are we-
that flows better.
Did we land, I'm kind of just kind of.
That's true.
Do you want engaged neighborhood?
I think engaged or active, I don't.
Yeah, I think active is
Active?
either one.
If we have it elsewhere, then.
Yeah,
we'll change it there, the other one.
So elevate Covington as a destination community to live, just listen as I say it so that you're out in the community. So elevate Covington as a destination community to live, work, shop, and recreate through active neighborhoods, enhanced natural spaces, and exciting and inclusive events. You like that word "and" in there, or would you
No.
rather just have it exciting, inclusive events?
I don't like the word exciting. I like the concept of it. I just.
Yeah.
don't think
It-
kind of
it
sounds
just
like we're
doesn't
trying to
flow.
promote it.
It
Yeah,
doesn't flow
go.
well. Whereas
Enticing.
elevate, so listen to
Celebratory.
listen to it this way then. Elevate Covington as a destination community to live, work, shop, and recreate through engaged neighborhoods, enhanced natural spaces, and quality inclusive events. Quality inclusive just doesn't flow. So I think we need to have somebody just wordsmith something similar to exciting, quality. I like the word active neighborhoods better than engaged.
So vibrant is a good word, but we didn't use it because it's actually the priority.
It is a good word.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not reuse it?
Yeah.
Why not reuse vibrant again?
We can.
Because it flows well. And it just rehances your statement up above.
Okay, so all the communities-
Good memories.
How about dynamic?
You know, you can use vibrant, inclusive events. So elevate,
That's not good again? I don't think so.
no,
Would there be a comma, would it be vibrant?
Yeah.
Comma, yes.
That's natural spaces.
That's two adjectives
Vibrant,
you have.
vibrant.
Sorry, Dave.
and-
it doesn't seem to flow.
How about? You don't want to say top notch event? How about?
So we tinkered around with the word inclusive on several things. And I think what we boiled down to is, and that was one of them, where it just was really hard to fit it into a well-sounding sentence. And the assumption is that we are going to be doing that, whether we say inclusive in it or not. But if it's important to the council, we'll find a way to put it in.
Well,
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
And if I can just add to what we like to, because we did kind of, we could wordsmith these for days, but your vision has that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really is at the top of where you're going with this, right? And so I think just right at the beginning, you're saying we're doing this for all. And then I think we were trying to narrow that focus down
Yeah.
just a little bit with all of those assumptions with our vision, mission, and values. Right?
And that's what I meant by the assumptions,
Yeah.
because it's in our vision, it's assumed that our objectives and action items are meeting that vision, which is, it says exceptional services for all.
I guess the one thing would be, if everything was being introduced to the packet and somebody was reading the vision and all of it, then it probably would make sense, but I could see as we're out and about, some of these things getting parsoned off and, being looked at separately, even though we all know what it is, but So that might be just something to think about as we do the final wording on it. just to make
Well,
sure.
and as the various teams are working
Right.
on them, will they constantly be referencing the mission, or will they be looking at the objective?
But the thing is, it doesn't disclude anybody. Without the word.
But I think you have to be intentional with inclusiveness, because you need to have that pause. Like, oh yeah, those other people, instead of just assuming you got everybody.
That's the best place to put the word inclusive, and maybe we just take out the inclusive events. It sounds wrong too.
I like vibrant events. I think it's like.
Yeah.
Vibrant cultural events or something.
Just vibrant events for all.
Yeah.
Gender,
All different meanings, but yeah.
Right.
I'm not kidding, we have and laughed about for all at the end of everything.
Do we have for all on any of the other things right now?
No, we took it off.
Then
because
why
it's
don't
a
we
division.
remove the word inclusive and put vibrant events for all?
You guys wouldn't say by the
We're seeing that now, yeah.
So elevate Covington as a destination community to live,
Shame on
work,
us.
shop, and recreate through active neighborhoods, enhanced natural spaces, and vibrant events for all.
That was good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll use it during the birthday party.
Is this
For
council's
now,
like,
yeah.
yeah, until next time we talk about it.
Well, and the only other thing I might say, and I'm not really push, but active neighborhoods are great, but somebody might think that they're being physically active, not engaged in active in the community, which is why I like the word engaged, and we might be able to wordsmith the engaged.
I think it is a
council.
better, I think engaged is a better
Yeah,
word.
that was
Okay,
the initial
let's do
one,
that.
right?
You want it, good?
Through engaged neighborhoods, enhanced natural spaces, and vibrant events for all. It rolls.
Yeah.
For me, it rolls.
I think it sounds really good.
Like if I was standing up in front of people and reading and giving a speech, it just flows so
Yeah.
much easier.
Not that you would stick to script.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't stick to script earlier today, so- and it turned out much better.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're good on that one.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll go to priority 3.
For all
I know, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, and then you-
Hurry, add it to, before we get to it.
Go ahead, sir.
A commitment to health and safety. Objective statement, grow Covington as a community where people are safe, live an active life, engaged in the community, and have access to city and social resources.
I like it.
Where all have access to city and social resources. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound bad.
And all have.
We talked about this word grow, how we kind of feel like we're past the grow.
Mhm.
What were some of the other words that we were using? Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, well, forge was one of them.
Yes.
Forge.
Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that. I love that word.
Well, we liked it because we feel like we still are in the growing stage, and that growing towards greatness is a never ending pursuit, right? And so we like the imagery over forging, where growing is the sprouting and this
And a little
beautiful
more
thing.
freedom.
Yeah.
Forging a little more.
Yeah.
freedom. Yeah.
I like that where you have the word all.
Any other comments on that one? This feels like too easy for this.
Yeah.
'Cause you
Go to the
know.
next one real quick.
Add the all in number 4. Okay, so exceptional city services. Provide Washington's best municipal services through an engaged city council, responsive staff, and resources to meet the community's needs.
Is that when you want to not physically be engaged? What
That
about,
might have been, but it's
it can be an active. one.
Yeah,
Or what about what about a responsive city council? And then for staff, like top quality, I have the word in my head.
The best,
Describe more.
The ultimate.
the awesomest stuff.
They're very well learned in the review, they're very, talented,
But
but more than that.
Oh, I like,
Intelligence going a little too far.
I like diligent.
Come on.
Well,
I'm out. That's just, yeah, I think
So I would like to wait visible.
Fire marshal's best municipal services through a visible and responsive and
responsive.
and I think the reason we did that is because staff is responding to hundreds of
Well,
messages a
No,
day,
you're right.
and so that's an important part
Yeah.
for staff, and we thought engaged for.
So
Right,
then,
so we thought engaged for council, because
Yeah.
that encompasses everything that you do, you know.
Yep. No, visible and engaged,
Yeah.
but engaged is also means visible, so.
And if I remember correctly, pull it up, this is really about, when we were doing SWOT analysis, how can people be more approached? You know, how can they approach you, you know, they're not just coming to you.
We could put approachable.
An approachable city council, but that's almost the same thing as the accessible to close. Is effective to lively staff. No.
I like responsive.
I think this looks good the way it is.
This one right here.
Okay.
So do we put the A visible and engaged to council?
Sure.
Let's just say.
Individual or indivisible?
right now, you know,
Indivisible would be cool.
indivisible,
Decisive, I'm sorry, indecisive.
undivisive.
And an indecisive.
Okay,
Okay,
should we roll back to one then?
yeah,
Sure.
There.
so promote Covington's business-friendly environment and grow an economically diverse, resilient, and sustainable community.
Nice. For me, I still like it the way it is.
I would still like for all.
Want to add for all there? So we can see how it goes?
No, not, we promise.
Yeah.
Community means.
Community already means
So people
for
already
all.
use the word diverse, and we're talking about our environment. Our environment is economically diverse, and sustainable community. And so because we've got diverse in there, that should say that this is for everyone. It's not just the business economy. It benefits everyone, so that's why I think you intended this to be the business.
Yeah.
Diversity of the businesses. I think the fact that word is in there also means that it benefits everyone.
I mean, that's the goal, the hope.
What if we change the community to economic? Or something.
Does that get further away from what we're,
No,
Talking
I think it pinpoints it further that it's specifically about how we're growing.
so and sustainable economic base?
Stand about the sustainable economy.
So we're.
We've already got an economically diverse, you've got business friendly environment.
Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
So I'd still stay with community.
I mean, the second one, you can take out, promote Covington's business friendly environment and grow a diverse, resilient, and sustainable economic base. Or promote Covington.
But doesn't community kind of feed a little bit more into the conversation we're having? I think?
Yeah,
I
We're all
would prefer
kinda-
to.
Yeah.
yeah, I would keep the first one.
As is.
I like it as is, but that's only one of
Yeah.
6.
Because if
I
you
get
put
it.
economic base at the end, then you've got to take economically out.
And it just throws it off.
What if it read promote Covington's business friendly environment and grow a diverse, resilient, and sustainable economic?
That might be a good one.
That focuses then on the businesses, it's the economic community versus the community.
Right. So you
Yeah,
say
I-
to grow.
I
So,
still
so
like-
the reason for our objective statement, one, this goal, and we're putting it, was centered around building that economic base to support a sustainable community. Right, that was around our conversation. But I like yours, Joe, but I think it takes away that community aspect of it and centers it all around the economic aspect,
I still like.
which isn't, you know, either way the council wants to go, it's fine.
I still like the first one because it promote the businesses to grow our entire community. That's the way I see it. It's not talking about a community of businesses, it's talking about a sustainable community, a diverse, resilient, and sustainable.
But that's not
community.
clear. That's why everyone's going into this economic.
I mean. I guess I'm thinking about like what Jennifer said, and you have like one priority is really. In the end, all of it's gonna go to the community as a whole, if you can nail all these things. Part of it is the economy, and part of it is engaging with neighborhoods, and part of it is having events, like, so each priority sort of. To me is a spoke in the hub of what we're trying to do, right? But it's, so when you think of sustainable community, we certainly could do that, but then when I start thinking about it now, maybe it's brought it up, which is good. If it's a sustainable community, it's the services that we can provide, it's because we have a tax base, or we have. And then into. In a perfect scenario, everybody would be able to sustain themselves, you know, because of the environment that we created. And for those that can't, then you can provide that safety net, but that's a lot to. When I'm
Well-
thinking community now, I'm thinking about all those things.
And remember, the objective statement is feeding into that, or feeding from that strategic priority, which is a robust and resilient economy. Right, and so that's why our building that was about promoting our economy to support, which is how cities work, right? The economy supports the community. It's not the other way around, you know, as far as economic. What's that?
Sorry, I'm good with the original. I think it encompasses everything with the balance. If we were to really focus only on business and do the second one down, then I think we would have to agree that it's all about business in this one, which there's nothing wrong with, because we have the different scopes of flavor for other things. But I'm okay with the first one. In fact, I like it, like you said, we're talking about growing a diverse, resilient.
And for me, now that we've gone through all of the others, I feel like we have residents covered in other ways. Okay, I'm good with you.
I'm also good with the original.
Fine with it.
We want more than fine.
Well, no, I don't mean that. No, I mean, I get it. I mean, maybe one of them would probably be just any one of them. would work. So,
Well,
People
I
will
get
come
that, I
together.
really do, like, this is the council's strategic plan, right? That our organization's going to work on in the next several years, and so we want you to be really happy with it,
okay,
right?
all right, I'm very happy with it. I would
I'm
be happy.
excited about it.
I mean, and I say that too because we talked about the other three, but again.
Yeah.
All four of them together create what we're trying to.
Right. Well, like you said, the spokes of the wheel,
Yeah.
right? And this is important enough that it doesn't need to be time sensitive. If we need to come back on this, we can, right? Whatever the council is comfortable with.
But you need this as your guiding star to start developing your actionable goals.
Yeah.
right? So I think nailing it earlier is better.
So would this,
Whatever works for council, we'll do it.
so would this come back to does this need to come back to council to approve it?
So at this point, what we want to do is get some consensus on our objective statements. And then we'll go back and start working action items that we bring back for another study session with council. Then we'll put it all together and bring it back to council for approval.
So here's kind of
Yeah, there you go.
a slide example of,
Those were my
are
very
just
rough
brain-
draft
yeah,
action items I threw out real quick. But I still think some of them.
yeah, and so the intent here obviously now is kind of taking that objective statement and then all the things upstream of that are priorities and mission vision. And then the departments, then how do we make that happen? What's the boots on the ground, the implementation actions to, you know, make these come to fruition. And so these can just be very like, you know, to-do list, right? And so this is just gives you kind of an example of things that.
Yeah.
And I, you know, if we want to wait, you know, something that I've seen also happen is, you know, if staff is working kind of off the draft objective statement, knowing that it could change, you might see stuff in our action items that kind of solidify what you think that could work, because that's how it should be, right?
So if you want, we can, first one alone for now. We might think of some alternatives we can present, and then we'll create action items underneath those and bring those back, and we can discuss objective one, and then the action items for the rest of them.
Council good with that? Okay.
And that's better than mine.
So is do we have council consensus then to go, can you show each one? Because you've got that one, we may evaluate that one. This one, we prefer the one that's highlighted in yellow. The same with priority 3, we prefer the highlighted in yellow. And then priority 4 in yellow. So is council consensus good with this so that staff can continue working forward to bring us back something with action? Okay, I see consensus.
Thanks, council.
Thank you. Thanks for a great presentation to bring us forward. to us. And my apologies again for starting late.
Okay.
And safety.
Okay.
Safety.